The Cirk has collaborated with theatre legend Janice Honeyman to bring Joburg audiences a brand new, enchanting, family-friendly Cirk theatre production. It's called Malo and the Moon Maiden. It's a lively chorus of circus performers featuring singers, dancers and aerialists, enhancing the cast, weaving a rich and magical spectacle of movement. And their tale unfolds in a once glorious circus that has since faded into obscurity. It's currently showing until June 15th at the Cirk Cresta Shopping Centre in Randburg. And this morning we're joined by producer and one of the owners of the Cirk, Joanna Pawelczyk, as well as Claudia Moruzzi, who plays the radiant Melodia Luna. Good morning to the both of you. Thank you for joining us. Claudia, let me start with you, the character that you embody, the happy or perceived to be happy clown, but obviously with that hidden sad demeanor as well. Tell us about that character, perhaps the lessons we could all take from that experience.
Oh, wow. Okay. So she lives in the moon, as one does, and she yearns for colours and laughter and music because everything where she is quite serene. And she's noticed a clown who is really kind and has a gift to make people laugh. And so she finds her way down to earth and joins him, and then ends up joining the circus. And because, you know, she comes from the moon, she must be lighter than everyone else. She manages to fly in the air.
Of course, and we're not going to give away too much because we want people to obviously go and watch the production.
And then has to make her way back.
Yes. A great return, and that's the hero's journey as well. Jana, let me bring you to the conversation because obviously there's strings, there's rings, there's a Cirk performance as well that goes into that. Tell us about that creative process that's infused as well. The challenges that would have come as a result.
So the Cirk is a circus-based theatre, so all our productions previously have been very aerial-based. That is our forte, that is what we live and breathe. This is the first time that we're doing a more theatrical play with Janice Honeyman, where we've had to really integrate singing, acting, dancing and aerial, so all the facets together make it a lot more difficult, a lot more challenging. I mean, just one example, the singers and performers have to be mic'd up, but like, for example, Claudia does a lot of the aerial acts, so now she's got a microphone and a cable and a little pack, but she's in the air wrapping herself around all kinds of things. So it's like, from a technical perspective, it's been a lot different and a lot more challenging, but really, really great. It's been a great experience.
And the fitness level must be on another level, because I can just imagine the breathing that comes as a result of that as well. But perhaps you could tell us a little bit more about that experience, the dancing, the singing, just the acts themselves that you have to also undergo as a character.
Yes, so of course you can't really get too physical in an aerial prop while you're singing, because that you'll sound like you're being choked. So the show's been designed in such a way that the singing, even though it might be in an aerial prop, we're not being too physical, and then we'll do the physicality thereafter. So yes, it does take quite a lot of fitness on a different level than what we're used to in order to maintain the breath to hold a note.
And I mean, there are many people along the value chain. So Willem Disbergen, I mean, created the set design, was part of that as well. Tell us about what Willem brought to the table as well in this production.
So he worked closely with Janice to work on her vision. I think she started with a very clear vision in her head of what she wanted to embody in this show, and they worked closely together and tried to come up with as close a representation to, what budgets could allow. At the end of the day, we are all constrained to some kind of budget, right? But he did a really beautiful job. We've got a beautiful backdrop. We've got all the little props. He also worked on some of the lighting design, so it's really just stunning and just really embodies that traditional circus feel. And
the stage is also extended because there's jugular acts that, I mean, it's going into that immersive experience as well. What does that bring to the table for audiences attending?
I think because they can see the action from all around. You know, it's not like a flat stage where you can hide things that happen behind. Like, everything is visible. So they feel like they're part of it, and they're really close to the stage as well. So it's quite an intimate, they can hear us breathing, you know. Yeah.
So what was opening night like then? What feedback did you get from the audience when they saw it?
It was so lovely, so much response, so much love. It was wonderful. I think they were just transported to this other world. Yeah.
How long does it take to prep for such a production? I mean, if you're adding all these elements and you're really perfecting it, what's the reality like on the ground?
It's look, we put it together, I think, 7 weeks.
Yeah.
It was 7 weeks, which is a short amount of time, but the rehearsals were quite intense. And because this production was created from scratch, completely from scratch, that takes quite a long time to, you know, you create, you change, you create, you change. So there's a very organic process that happens. So from where it begins to the final product it's quite a journey. So we managed to pull it off quite, I would say, quickly. But it involved a lot of hard work from everybody involved.
And with all the sensory experiences that are obviously happening, I mean, Claudia, you obviously spoke about your character and the hero's journey that's undergone, but what are those life lessons that we could also be taking away from this? How are we going to be changed through this experience?
Well, I think in terms of life lessons, the general thread is that be happy where you are. The grass isn't necessarily greener on the other side. Go explore, but you'll probably find you weren't as bad off as you thought.
And also believe in yourself.
Yes.
Believe in your skills, your own magic. Believe that it's enough, and people can't tell you that it isn't.
Sure. And if they're not sure, you make it abundantly clear to them.
Yeah.
But I wonder if we're looking at the expertise that also, you know, goes into this. If we look at South Africa's landscape as well, tell us a little bit more about that experience. The new kids that are all joining as well, is there room for their inclusion? What's that succession plan also looking like? Injuries? What was the biggest challenge you had to overcome on that front? How do you mitigate against that when you're literally hanging in the air?
I mean, it's,
Okay.
I think in every single production we've ever done, someone gets terribly sick in Tech Week. Every time.
Murphy's Law.
So yes, one of our leads was also very, very ill, like voice problems, which is a problem when you have to sing and talk the entire show. Yeah, so there are always those kind of natural challenges, but you know, everyone gets together as a team and just makes it happen. You know, we do what we can. We try and give that person a little bit of a break, and everyone else pulls together. So it's part of the game.
Okay.
I think we just try to mitigate any potential problems in advance by making sure that we are strong enough. You know, I mean, obviously there's always a risk, but at least you are in training all the time, making sure that your body is strong enough to handle the challenges.
Yes. Just remind us about how long it's showcasing, people where they want to get tickets, and how they can contact you as well.
Cool. So the show is already running. It's on until the 15th of June. That is our last performance. You can get tickets on our website, which is www.cirk.co. So that's CIRK.
Yes.
And yeah, you can follow the link there. We've got certain specials on as well. Like we've got a Friday special.
Okay.
We can do group booking specials. So you guys can drop us a mail or contact us on Instagram. It's _Cirk. That's Facebook and Instagram. And yeah.
And like book today. Come see us today.
I think this sounds like a plan. Well, thank you to the both of you for joining us. Malo and the Moon Maiden, of course, it's a new and original piece of theatre combining the elements of plays and musicals, circus exhibition, actors and singers galore. Again, Lena, thank you to Joanna and Claudia for joining us this morning.